Here are the starting lineups for the first game of the 1989 Phillips 66 Big 8 tournament for the Iowa State Cyclones. At forward, a 6'4" senior from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, number 30, Mark Urquhart. At forward, a 6'5" sophomore from Elgin, Illinois, number 41, Mark Baugh. At center, a 6'9" sophomore from Detroit, Michigan, number 52, Victor Alexander. At guard, a 5'9" junior from Waterloo, Iowa, number 4, Terry Woods. And at guard, a 6'1" senior from West Des Moines, Iowa, number 22, Mike Bourne. For the Oklahoma State Cowboys. At forward, a 6'7" sophomore from Tulsa, Oklahoma, number 21, Richard Dumas. At forward, a 6'7" freshman from Oklahoma City, number 35, Byron Houston. At center, a 6'10" sophomore from Baltimore, Maryland, number 22, Thomas Jordan. At guard, a 6'2" freshman from Macon, Georgia, number 5, Corey Williams. And at guard, a 6'1" freshman from New Orleans, Louisiana, number 14, Darwyn Alexander.
Here are the officials for today's game: Ed Hightower, Ron Spittler, Ron Grissom, and the standby official is Sam Banks. We'll be back with the tip-off right after these messages.
Nature's light, bathing fields of grain, enriching full, fresh hops, giving life to sparkling streams, nourishing all the natural things that go into making Bud Light. The light beer that's beechwood aged for a clean, fresh taste that makes Bud Light the one light that outshines them all.
Billy is just bad. He come under the viaduct with his Reeboks and his boys. They call him Showtime, and he is the show. Stays in the air just as long as he wants to. Once, he raised on Big Ten. I mean, straight up, and just hangs there. Then fires this sweet jumper, spreads his arms, and I believe he said, I shoot like a god, right in Tim's face.
When the new legends are made, they'll be wearing Reeboks.
Your Ford dealers say,
March right in, see right now, buy that new Ford.
March is savings time. Now get low financing or factory cash back. Buy Aerostar, save over $500 on options, plus get a $400 rebate. Buy Ranger, get $4.9 financing or up to a $750 rebate. Buy F-Series, save over $2,700, plus get a $500 rebate. March right in to your local Ford dealer now. Quality people, quality product.
The starting lineups are brought to you by Buick. Iowa State with Urquhart, Baugh, Alexander, Woods, and Bourne. And for Oklahoma State, Dumas, Houston, Jordan, Williams, and Alexander. We inform our viewers this telecast is a copyrighted presentation of Raycom Sports and Entertainment, and any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the video or audio portions of this program without the written permission of Raycom Sports and Entertainment is forbidden. Ready to go, and the tap control to the tiny Terry Woods. Backcourt, down he comes. This is Urquhart, number 30. Woods, number 4. Oklahoma State going man-to-man. Woods fires, doesn't get it down. Rebound, Jordan. Oklahoma State in the white. Ball tapped out of bounds by Mark Baugh. Gary, we've got two young, talented, quick basketball teams to deal with in game one.
Well, we certainly do. Iowa State's got a front line of all sophomores. Leonard Hamilton playing with 10 new players, 6 freshmen. His oldest kid playing on this starting group is Dumas, the sophomore.
Number 5, Corey Williams. 22 there is Jordan. Jordan takes it in, won't go down, and he gets it back and scores.
You got to credit Thomas Jordan staying right with it, and I think his quickness that time just beat Victor Alexander to the basketball.
Terry Woods in. That's two. Victor Alexander, the man they call Big V.
Jay, we talked at the top of the show about guard play and rebounding. In the first ball game at Oklahoma State, Iowa State guard shot 4 for 22. Oklahoma State was 9 for 14. And in the game at Iowa State, it reversed itself. Oklahoma State guards 4 for 17. Iowa State 9 for 15.
Jordan missed. Driving in to score it is Mark Baugh.
The trademark of Johnny Orr's club that likes to get up and down the court, and Leonard Hamilton has brought the same kind of basketball now to Oklahoma State.
That's Dumas working inside, the sophomore from Tulsa, Oklahoma. They're tied up at 4 in the early going. Both clubs coming out very perky. They look ready. Neither club looking very tough. And that's off the glass for Alexander, who has 4 points in the early going.
Well, Victor Alexander really uses that ball. 6'9", 265. Jordan's a great leaper and shot blocker, but he couldn't get to the ball simply because of his ball.
Right. Corey Williams. It won't go down for him. Tapped up and in. Good job in there by Byron Houston. Houston just a freshman from Oklahoma City. Down at the other end, Mike Bourne couldn't get it down. And back to the attack comes Oklahoma State with Darwyn Alexander. Very quick pace in the early going. In underneath, the first foul of the game. They got it into Thomas Jordan. The foul is charged on Urquhart, I believe.
Well, Johnny Orr hollering something probably at the officials. You see, they challenging Victor Alexander inside, and Mark Urquhart comes right there trying to help. He's been involved in a couple helping plays here already.
Number 5, Corey Williams into Dumas. Over in the corner, that's Darwyn Alexander. Fine outside shooter, takes it in with the big guys, and a foul. 3-second violation, not a foul, but a 3-second violation. There's the head coach of the Cowboys, Leonard Hamilton, 40 years old, from Gastonia, North Carolina. What a job he's done at Stillwater. Gary Woods, guarded by Alexander.
Cowboys playing man for man.
Urquhart takes it in along the line. Still moved by Baugh, won't go. Back the other way, Corey Williams.
When the Cowboys get out on that break, and Terry Woods caught looking that time, he was just watching the play, and Dumas with a good outlet pass.
Terry Woods. Alexander looking in. These two clubs going at it real good here in the early going. Shot was put up by Baugh, wouldn't go. Back to the attack come the Cowboys. The jumper off the glass, put up by Williams, won't go. Rebound taken down by Urquhart. Urquhart's a pre-med student. Played very well of late for Johnny Orr. Alexander kicking it out to Wood. Back to Alexander. Foul underneath. Charged to Thomas Jordan. Or let's see, it will be Jordan's first. There's the rebounds in the early going. Oklahoma State with a decided advantage.
And that's one of their strengths. They're number 2 in the conference in rebound margin. Iowa State, surprisingly, number 5 right now, and they've out-rebounded the last 4 teams that they played.
It's the 77th meeting between Iowa State and Oklahoma State. Iowa State leading the series 42-34 over the years.
Okay, we see as a lot of teams, the Cowboys, the ball thrown in bounds, come out in the zone. It looks like just a 1-1-3.
Turnover there. Dumas comes back. Dumas goes in, banks it up and in. No, it'll be tapped in on the play. It was Byron Houston who is credited with it.
Well, Byron Houston, I think, is due for a good game. At Iowa State, he was really out of the ball game. Was not in it at all.
Mike Bourne hitting the little jumper on the right side for Iowa State. Checking the net. That's why we have this momentary lapse. Curry, what are your thoughts about the first few moments of this one?
Well, Jay, Oklahoma, as everyone in the Big 8 country knows, Oklahoma State almost looks like Oklahoma at certain points of the game. Such an athletic team, not really well known nationally, but you know, some people call them Sooner youth. This team is so young, but what athletes!
And Gary, the job that Johnny Orr has done. losing, of course, Robinson and Spinks and also Dorfield. His club has played very well, winning 5 of their last 6.
They've really come together, and I think they're playing extremely well as a team. They've been going the extra pass, which has really made them more effective.
Foul on Urquhart underneath, and that is his second. 15:44 to go, first half.
See Iowa State making the sag inside. Urquhart trying to get over the top, front him on Dumas, and Ron Grissom there making the call. That's Urquhart's second.
Timeout with 15:44 to play in this first half, and Oklahoma State has the lead. Now this from Phillips 66.
You know, I used to think all gasolines were alike. They're not. See, I just got the car I always wanted. Fuel injected and everything. But every morning when I'd start it, it would spit and sputter, and sometimes it would stop altogether. Then I discovered this place, Phillips 66, and high detergent, super clean, unleaded gasoline. Well, after a couple of tankfuls, I discovered something else. The problem wasn't my new car. It was my old gasoline.
Your man in Washington has come through?
The Americans will be most displeased. Observe the argon-activated radio-optic laser light.
Amusing, Boris, but the party demanded Bud Light.
If you want the one light that outshines them all, ask for Bud Light.
Where is Boris? He is enjoying a cold one.
Bud Light, because everything else is just a light.
It's time you heard the truth about Chevy S10. The Chevy S10 has a bigger engine than Ranger. The S10 has more horsepower than Ranger and a bigger trailering capacity than Ranger. Chevy S10 gets better mileage than Ranger, and the S10 has more cargo capacity than Ranger. Once you weigh the facts, it's easy to see why. In Central Iowa, Chevy S10 outsells Ford Ranger. See your Central Iowa Chevy dealer. You'll have a change of heart to Chevy S10.
With Gary Thompson and Curry Kirkpatrick, Jay Randolph here in game 1 of this Big 8 tournament. Curry, I want to expand a little more on what you said about the team that loses this game maybe being on the bubble for the NCAA tournament. Johnny Orr is vehement that he thinks the Big 8 ought to have 5 teams in the tournament. That shot put up there wouldn't go down for Jordan. They get it back out. Jordan in tight, in and out for him. Underneath, Dumas battling and lost it in there to Urquhart. Back comes Bourne. Is Orr right? Should the Big 8 have 5 teams in the tournament, Curry?
Well, Jay, I think they deserve 5 teams. I like what Darwyn Alexander said the other day. You know, when you get in the tournament, everybody talks about, well, we want 4 conference teams, we want 5 conference teams, we'd like 6. And Darwyn Alexander the other day said, look, I don't care how many teams get in, I just want to get in. I want Oklahoma State to get in.
Well, and that man you looked at a moment ago, Leonard Hamilton, he has done a tremendous job. His club was nearly unbeatable for a stretch down in Gallagher Hall, Gary.
Well, it took to the last ball game before Kansas got him. And the funny thing there, they turned around. They beat Kansas at Allen Fieldhouse.
Alexander missed a couple in tight. This shot put up and wouldn't go down. Sam Mack in the game now, number 34. Mack, the sophomore from Dalton, Illinois, inserted into the Iowa State lineup.
Jay, Mack had been starting up till 3 games ago. He got the flu, and Mark Urquhart moved into that position. They played well and won, and I don't think Johnny Orr wants to upset a winning combination. Great
the turnover. Oh, tremendous pass by Urquhart underneath, and give the score to Mack, who just came into the game. Mack got 16 off the bench against K-State.
That's that extra pass I'm talking about. And Mark Urquhart is second on this ball club in assists, and yet he's only averaged about 20 minutes of play.
Jordan's shot wouldn't go down, and back comes Iowa State. Kemper Alexander fronting, banking it in. And Iowa State takes the lead 12-10 as Alexander has 6.
Key pass there because Jordan coming over the top. There's a good lob pass in there where Alexander could handle it.
Going in underneath, the rejection as the shot was put up by Byron Houston.
Now there's Byron, one of the sensational freshmen in this league this year, I should say. And you see Byron Houston come up. He's going to slam it. Victor Alexander right up there gets the ball, and that doesn't happen very often to Houston. But that's a dangerous play because Iowa State cannot afford to get Alexander in trouble, and the Cowboys have really been challenging him down inside.
Darwyn Alexander, the fine little outside shooter, coming through with that one. Out of New Orleans, Louisiana. Here's a foul at the other end. Iowa State wants a goaltending call. They're not going to get it.
Darwyn Alexander on that other end, he leads the conference in three-point shooting, almost 55%.
Johnny Orr in his 9th season at Ames, 24 years as a major college coach. Came out of Taylorville, Illinois. On the line, Terry Woods. Waterloo, Iowa West High School, all-stater there. 66.7% free throw shooter. Score tied at 13 with 13:58 to play. First half, first game, Big 8 tournament, Kemper Arena.
Jay, we might expand a little on Johnny Orr's statement. You know, Iowa State made the NCAA tournament last year, having finished with a league record under 500. Of course, they're 500 this year.
Well, Orr says that the folks in the Big 8 don't politic enough with the NCAA. Maybe they're too close to home. I don't know.
We're just over at the hotel right now. They're working on that 64 selection seating.
Woods going in underneath, lost it. Here comes Williams back the other way for the Cowboys. Williams taking it to the baseline and giving it up. Wouldn't go, but it is tapped up and in nicely by Byron Houston, and we have a whistle.
Well, we've got Dumas down the other end. I don't know if he got a finger in the eye or he's hit. Ed Hightower called time right away.
Dumas being attended to by Sean Huffman, the trainer.
And Jay, that was a good job by Ed Hightower. He noticed he's hurt, but having the advantage going down the floor at Oklahoma State, and it was one of their kids anyhow, he let the play go, and as soon as it was the goal was scored, then he got the timeout for the injury.
Royce Jeffries, number 24, into the game to replace him. And Victor Alexander dominating in there, has 8 points.
And for a guy 265 pounds, he showed some quickness that time, ball the basket.
Dumas apparently got punched in the eye. They're working on him down at the other end. Turnarounder is up and good from Byron Houston. Houston out of Star Spencer in Oklahoma City, averaging 13 points a game, a very confident freshman. Driving in, banking it up, but it wouldn't go for Sam Mack. Back comes Alexander, down to Williams. He missed it, and here comes Terry Woods as we go end to end.
A tough break for the Cowboys because the layup was there, and again, they beat the Iowa State guards back.
That shot wouldn't go down for Sam Mack, and here are the Cowboys again. They lead at 17-15 at this point in the proceedings with 12:15 to go in the first half. Jordan.
Now, they're really challenging Victor Alexander, the only really big guy that Iowa State has on the squad, but Alexander has gained a lot of experience as this year has gone on. Normally he'd go up and try and block a lot of shots. He stayed away from him that time.
Jordan has 4 points. And here's another turnover as Byron Houston came away with it. Darwyn Alexander. 24 in the game, as we told you now, is Royce Jeffries. During the midway point of this first half. Little feed underneath, and they battle for it, and coming out with it is Alexander. And now it's tapped away. Alexander gets it, and he's fouled. Boy, a flurry underneath in the paint as those passes were flicking back and forth. And the foul charge to Sam Mack.
Watch the action. Here's Alexander goes in. Has really added something. Started the last 8 or 9 ball games for Oklahoma State after coming off the bench the first 19. A lot of things happening right here. Alexander tries to save it, can't get it done, and now Alexander up, pumps the ball right there, takes it away from the defensive man, Sam Mack, and draws the foul.
Alexander at the line.
Of course, Jay and Gary, Darwyn Alexander, the son of a coach, the son of the coach at Xavier University in New Orleans, from Brother Martin High School there. A terrific little player here in his first year.
Made the all-freshman team in the Big 8. Timeout with 11:28 to go. We're in the first half. Oklahoma State has moved out to a 21-15 advantage. Back with more right after this.
The new Buick Riviera. It's a classic all over again.
The road has been waiting, you're anticipating the spirit you felt way back when. Riviera is back, a classic again. It's a legend once more,
I'm not going to sit here and tell you AT&T's long-distance rates are competitive. I'm going to prove it to you. If you're with another long-distance company and your business spends at least $120 a month, call us about our discount calling plans, AT&T Pro Watts. If you qualify, here's the deal. We'll pay for the sign-up fee, the switch-over charge, and if within 3 months you're not completely satisfied with our quality, value, and price, we'll even pay to switch you back. So what have you got to lose? Even the call is free. 1-800-222-0400. Pick up the phone. Call us.
You know, it was great growing up on our ranch in Oklahoma. And now when I walk into a New York City restaurant and order up a little bitty Kansas City strip, makes me feel right at home. I've got a taste for some real food.
Raycom Sports and Entertainment proudly presents the 10th Annual Emmy Awards for Sports, a celebration to honor achievement in sports television, a chance for you to relive the year's greatest moments in sports. Moments that held you on the edge of your seat. The 10th Annual Emmy Awards for Sports coming this April. Check your local listing. We have 11:28 to play in this first half. A lot of Cyclone fans on hand. The rebounds offensively in this first half. Oklahoma State 7-2 against Iowa State in that department. The winner of this game will play Oklahoma, Colorado winner, tomorrow at 1. Look at the chance points here in this first half. In the game now for Iowa State, number 3, Brian Pearson. Turnover number 4 there for Iowa State. Johnny Orr, high school coach in Wisconsin and Iowa, 4 years an assistant at Wisconsin under John Erickson, who now handles the officials for the Big 8. Had a great career at Michigan, of course, before coming to Ames, Iowa, where he's done a remarkable job at Iowa State. In underneath, the shot is good. Out of the hands of Royce Jeffries, his first basket of the game. 23-15 Oklahoma State, and another turnover. The turnovers have killed the Cyclones here in the last 4 minutes. Well, that's number 5 for them, Gary.
Well, particularly ones like that. It was an unforced turnover. Baugh just not watching for the pass, almost hit him in the head.
And right back, Jeffries walked and turned it over. Leonard Hamilton, 14-16 last season, 8-20 in his first season, and now 16-11 this year. Getting the job done at Stillwater.
When they've really been playing active, the Cowboys right now. I think they're out-quicking Iowa State for loose balls, and they're limiting Iowa State, as you see right there, pretty much to one shot.
Pearson took the shot. Houston got the rebound. Darwyn Alexander getting it in underneath. Jumper from way out front from Williams won't go, and it's taken away there by Pearson. Now Bourne, number 22. We're midway through this first half at Kemper. Game 1 of the Big 8 tournament.
The unofficial, we got a rebound in Oklahoma State, 16-8. There's the steal by Jeffries.
And a great pass. Corey Williams for 2.
What a play. That's athletic ability right there. Makes the pass, going out of bounds, jumps up in the air, takes a look, spots the open man, and then hits it.
And that put in off the glass. That was Baugh. He has 4.
And he started the last 12 ball games for Johnny Orr and really played well in that time, averaging over 17 points a ball game and over 5 rebounds, and that's considerably over his season average.
Gary, Oklahoma State played very well with Dumas having to sit it out, being attended to over there. Now they lose it, and Urquhart comes back. He gets it off. Mark Baugh, number 41. This is Bourne.
Bourne so far only 2 points and hasn't been from the three-point line yet.
He took it in tight, and a foul in underneath.
Watch the pass right here. Look at the play right here. Makes the steal. Royce Jeffries loses control. Watching now. He goes up, takes a look, waits and hesitates right there. Pauses, sees the open guy. Williams, it goes in, lays it up for 2. Great play.
And that was a left-handed pass as well, going out of bounds.
There's Bourne on the drive coming in, and this time penetrating. He said gets the shot block there, but was called down underneath. Low, and Bourne, a good free throw, second in the conference at 87.8%.
And Dumas has come back in for Oklahoma State, so his eye seems okay, Jay.
That last foul on Royce Jeffries. There you see Dumas. Gary Woods is back in the lineup for Iowa State. Urquhart went out.
The last time these two teams met, Bourne, we talked about his outside shooting, he had 26, which was his career high, and was 5 for 7 from the three-point line.
There's Dumas. Getting it across, and a travel will be called as Royce Jeffries could control that basketball. 8:50 to go in this first half. Oklahoma State leading at 25-19.
Royce just a little anxious that time. He came to the ball. He knew he had something. He was trying to catch it and reverse pivot and take it to the basket. He was open, just tried to do it too quick.
Bourne holding on outside against Williams. Alexander. Terry Woods, a three-point try. Oh, good play over there. Yes, sir, Mark Baugh. Now it's Bourne with a three-point try, and the rebound taken down by Dumas. Boy, Williams trying to get it in other, and they lost it. 7 turnovers now for Oklahoma State.
Jay, Iowa State not getting much inside. They're starting to shoot more and more three-pointers. I wonder if Coach Orr over there told them to start firing it up.
Well, that last one was just by chance because they came across the diagonal pass and caught Woods outside. But the thing, I agree with you, Curry, they're not getting the ball down low to Alexander where they're having success earlier.
We've got Chris Gaffney coming into the ball game for Oklahoma State, now number 4.
Well, Gaffney, one of the more experienced players, really, a junior. He started the first 19 games, was counted on for leadership and stability for this team, but the freshman guards have taken over.
Mark Baugh has 6 points as he put in a nice soft jumper from the right side. The Iowa State folks getting back into this game.
And I think Iowa State has the advantage in crowd. Their numbers here considerably outnumber Oklahoma State, and that's not a good shot right there.
Oh, that was by Gaffney, the newcomer out there. In the lane, little jumper goes down for Mark Baugh. And Iowa State has battled back within 2. 7.5 to play first half.
Baugh averaging 13 points a ball game. That's good enough right now for 14th place in the Big 8 conference scoring race.
Dumas taking it in, lost it. Here comes Terry Woods. Woods faked the pass, took it in on his own, and up and in by Mark Baugh, who has 10.
Woods made a pretty good play there on the fake behind the back pass, just didn't execute, but good follow-in for Iowa State as they had the numbers.
Score tied for the 8th time in this first half at 25. Shot is up by Jordan, wouldn't go, but he is fouled. The foul will be charged to number 34, Sam Mack.
And Iowa
Mack
State,
second.
Jay has had a 6-0 run right here. As you see him go up and challenge, Mack goes up with him and makes the foul.
Back into the lineup, Houston and Williams for Oklahoma State. We've got Urquhart back in the lineup for Iowa State. He's out there with Baugh and Alexander, as well as Sam Mack and Terry Woods. On the line, Thomas Jordan out of Lake Clifton High in Baltimore, Maryland. Missed 6 games because of a stress fracture in his left foot. Missed the opportunity for the free throws, and back comes Woods.
And Jordan just back in the lineup, started the last 2 ball games, but man, he was great coming off that bench. He'd have been an all-bench player for me, Jay, for the season.
The pace of the game has changed a little bit from the scattergun style that we opened with. Might favor Iowa State a little bit right now. Nice fake there by Woods. Puts it up and gets it.
Well,
good job there, and Iowa State is back in the lead. Woods has 3 points.
And that's an 8-0 run now for Iowa State.
Jumper won't go down. Oh. Right back with 2 more is Terry Woods. He's feeling it all of a sudden. And Leonard Hamilton is some kind of upset. He just took off his jacket and threw it about 15 feet over there. There's a coach who is really steamed. Iowa State 30, Oklahoma State 25. Now this from your friends at Phillips 66.
The fabric that these guys are laying down comes from Phillips 66. They say it'll make this road last longer and make it safer.
Well, if Phillips 66 puts that much into a road, think how much they put into their gasolines.
Every morning, rain or shine, there's a place down the road that's getting ready for you. With high detergent, super clean unleaded gasolines for your car, cash or credit at the same low price for your wallet, and fresh brewed coffee for your disposition.
Nature's light. Bathing fields of grain, enriching full, fresh hops, giving life to sparkling streams, nourishing all the natural things that go into making Bud Light. The light beer that's beechwood aged for a clean, fresh taste that makes Bud Light the one light that outshines them all.
You can depend on Phillips 66, the official sponsor of Big 8 basketball, for top quality, high detergent, unleaded gasolines which clean up your car's fuel injectors and keep your car running clean. Next time, fill up at Phillips 66. Well, these two teams, Gary, have kind of alternated big runs. 10-0 runs, in fact, for both sides here in the first half.
Well, in fact, it must be, let's see, we've got to have the 11-point run here now. I said 10-2 because the last evidently was a three-point shot.
Right.
But that upset this guy right now. And I think
boy.
the big thing that's upsetting him is the shot selection by the Cowboys on the other end. They're having great success pounded inside, going inside, getting to the ball, and then it was forcing people to help, and they were getting the second shots. Now they've been shooting the ball outside and only been getting one shot. You got to credit Iowa State there for doing a good job in the class. Now they go back to the big guy, Jordan.
And Jordan hits it inside. Jordan has half a dozen. Woods and Mack, along with Baugh, and that shot put up wouldn't go from Urquhart, and it'll belong to Oklahoma State.
Well, I think Victor Alexander got by with him right there. He looked like he almost took his hands with him.
Houston and Alexander in the backcourt with Jeffries, Jordan, and Williams out there for Oklahoma State right now. 5 minutes and 15 seconds to play in this first half. That shot wouldn't go for Jeffries. Dumas is there. Richard Dumas scoring for Leonard Hamilton's Cowboys. That's 4 points for Dumas. It's a 1-point Iowa State lead.
There's where Iowa State is coming. Has to get the ball because he can deliver. A great offensive player. Knows how to use his bulk inside.
That last basket.
That was by
Bourne. They've got a 32-29 score on the board inside the 5-minute mark of this first half.
Jay, I believe Oklahoma State's last basket was by Jordan. Dumas is on the bench. I don't know if his eye is hurting him still, but I know that Leonard is really angry at Dumas.
You are correct. I think I had said it was Dumas. It was Jordan. Here is Jordan now, and Jeffries holds on, and now he loses it as Victor Alexander was able to come away with it. They're letting them play, aren't they?
They certainly are. Oh, my God. Oklahoma State really out-quicking Iowa State for some of the loose ball.
And another turnover. Here's Corey Williams taking it down. He's got it, and it's good, and he is fouled by Urquhart. Urquhart commits his third personal. Team foul number 5.
Look at it from this end. You see that. Just let the guy go.
Number 22, Mike Bourne, returning for Iowa State. He'll replace Urquhart. We've got Jordan and Dumas, along with Williams, Alexander, and 35 Houston on the court for Oklahoma State. The score now tied at 32-all. It's the 9th time this game has been tied here in the first half. 4 minutes to play. Bourne looking in. Mr. Alexander in the corner.
Corey Williams has some quickness and a solid defensive player, and he's really riding Bourne tough. Tough for Bourne to get loose.
Woods took it in under there, fed it off. A foul is called. A foul charge, I believe, to Houston or to Dumas. We'll wait and see. It's on Dumas.
You see the sophomore Dumas right here goes back up and challenges, gets the foul. Dumas named to the UPI first-team All-Big 8, and the players also selected a team, and Richard Dumas selected to the second team there by the players. I think that really speaks well for you when the players are voting. They're the guys that are out there competing against one another, know pretty much what each player can do.
Well, and it also speaks well for Dumas' season this year. He's been down in his shooting, both free throws and field goals, something like 10 percentage points, and yet that's probably the reason for that is he's almost had to shift positions and play out on the perimeter a lot more this year.
No question about that. He's playing with a lot more talent, too. With Sam Mack. 3:48 left in this first half. Iowa State has a 34-32 lead.
You feel the motion. The fever is high.
If you like your cars big, smooth, and powerful, this ought to be your next one. The Pontiac Bonneville.
Get in your Bonneville and ride.
Bonneville, a lot of car, a lot of driving excitement. See your Pontiac dealer and check one out.
Get in your Pontiac. Feel excitement. Bonneville ride.
According to a national survey, employers are looking for people who can handle heavy responsibilities. People with the ability to overcome obstacles, perform under pressure, and work well with others. Men and women with the pride and self-discipline it takes to reach new heights. Which is why some of the most successful people in the white-collar world start off green.
Congratulations to Richard R. Bond of Overland Park, Kansas, grand prize winner of the Phillips 66 Breakaway Sweepstakes. Mr. Bond wins a trip for two to the Caribbean. See the colors of Puerto Rico. Colors everywhere. Puerto Rico, the shining star of the Caribbean. Prize winners attending the Big 8 tournament stay close to where the action is at the Adams Mark Hotel in Kansas City, I-70 across from the Truman Sports Complex. Well, here's the game summary. We come back from the Caribbean, and actually the weather outside's like the Caribbean today. What a beautiful spring day here in Kansas City.
There's a big factor in the game today in this ball game. Second chance points. Iowa State only 2. The Cowboys 13.
Dumas under to Jordan. Jordan turning and getting 2 more, and he has 10. And we have a score tied at 34 all, and it is the 10th tie in this first half.
Dumas with another 2, ranks 13th on the Cowboys all-time scoring, and you got to consider that he's only a sophomore, has 946 points already.
Oklahoma State's biggest lead in the first half was 10. Iowa State's biggest lead was 5. Three minutes to play.
You see here Jordan fronting Alexander. See, he's just keeping him out of the play. He is totally neutralized so far.
Terry Wood's little shot wouldn't go, and it's still going to belong to Iowa State with a fresh 45.
And Gary, and Jay, I think those get-back baskets we can also attribute to a failure on Alexander's part to box out.
And when the Cowboys are penetrating, Iowa State will look to help because of their size, and then that always frees a guy up to go on the board if the shot is missed.
Iowa State won 5 of their last 6. Oklahoma State lost 5 of their last 6. This is the first time that these two teams have ever met in the Big 8 tournament. That foul charge to Corey Williams, his second. That's team foul number 5. Mentioned early that they've kind of let them play here in the first half. Neither team in the 1-and-1 yet.
I'm going to mention about Corey Williams, another member of the Big 8 freshman team, and the Cowboys dominated that because they had Houston and Darwyn Alexander. So 3 guys just showing you the youth of this Cowboy team.
Sam Mack's shot is rejected, and underneath there by Jordan. He comes back with another one and gets it. Sam Mack, the sophomore. Proposition 48 last season. He has 6. Iowa State leading by 2. Dumas. Back out front, almost stolen away. A foul underneath. Foul underneath, or a 3-second violation. Which was it?
Johnny Orr applauding that. I think they've had 2 3-second calls on them. We've seen more 3-second calls in this game. You've seen a lot of them. Here we come. Jordan, a good shot blocker, gets the block right there. Now he's going to drop back off with a fake pass right there, and that'll show you what a ball fake will do. Jordan dropped off, Mack goes up, gets the roll for 2.
And Victor Alexander now has 12.
Long time no see for him.
4-point lead, Iowa State. The 3-second call went against Jordan down here a moment ago. Dumas with a 15-foot jumper. Foul charge on number 5, Corey Williams of Oklahoma State. That's his 3rd.
Watch Dumas coming up here. An interesting thing, Victor Alexander is now covering him on the perimeter. Bourne a good job of checking off Williams that time, and Corey Williams over the top. But I noticed Alexander, the last couple possessions, has gone to Dumas, and Sam Mack is now covering on Jordan inside, and that's a mismatch inside, Jordan against Sam Mack.
Corey Williams goes out. And Gaffney is back in. That last bucket for Woods. Riding in the lane, Dumas. The jumper from 18 won't go down. And they stepped on the line down there. There went Alexander missing. Iowa State up 42-34 with 1:10 to go in this first half.
Evidently the last couple times, because Alexander wasn't in foul trouble, they went back to covering the big man.
There's Victor Alexander with 14 points. Biggest lead of the game now for Iowa State at 10. Jumper wouldn't go down for Houston. Put back up by Dumas for 2 more. Dumas with 4 points.
The thing that I've seen out about the Cowboys, and they're a young team, is when they're dropping their Iowa State's made the runs, they get impatient, want to put the outside shot up in a hurry, and their strength really is down deep with their big people. They got some good shooters in the small kids, but their forwards have been wanting to go out and shoot that 18-foot shot.
Shot clock is off. Iowa State playing for the last shot here in this first half. Feed underneath to Mack. He put it up. It wouldn't go. Saved underneath Mack. The jumper by Woods. No go, and that's the end of the first half. Iowa State leads by half a dozen, 42-36.